welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Rainbow and today we're going to the daily conversation which is called At the Library Part 2. Do you have interesting experiences studying in the library? I have a story for you. When I went to college, a lot of people loved to study at our 24-hour library. So in the morning, they would go to Starbucks. They would bring their Starbucks and put it in the library and leave all their things at their seat. Then they would go to class, and then after class, they would come back to sit in the 24 library for the whole day. And I never liked studying at the library, so I didn't understand how people could be there for such a long time. So today we have two characters named Dana and Wilson who are going to be talking in the library. Let's check it out right now.
Dana and Wilson are reading in a quiet study area.
Did you know that only day games were played at Chicago's Wrigley Field until 1988? That year, they finally put lights in the stadium.
Cool fun fact.
Shh. I forgot we were in the library.
I didn't think we were talking that loudly, though.
Maybe we can book a discussion room next time.
We would need 3 people to book a discussion room. We should invite Alex next time.
Let's talk later.
Okay, so this unit is called Study Time, and we have two characters named Dana and Wilson who are very good friends. So Dana's a girl and Wilson's a guy, and they're just reading in the library. The first sentence says, Dana and Wilson are reading in a quiet study area. So Dana, she likes to talk about what she's reading. She turns to Wilson and she says, did you know that only day games were played at Chicago's Wrigley Field until 1988? Why is she talking about this trivia, this interesting information? I guess it's because she's reading about it in her book. That year, they finally put lights in the stadium. So, we're talking about this huge stadium where people play sports. So one of the stadiums that you might know about, and this is one that I've been to, that's so big. This is in New York. It's Madison Square Garden, and people play basketball there. Do you know the team, the New York Knicks? Yeah, you've probably seen it on TV. Everything is so much bigger. Now, I actually heard that there are stadiums in Taiwan, but I think they're super small compared to the ones in America. So if you're a basketball fan, you've got to go see. And you'll see these huge lights in the stadiums like we're talking about right here. So Wilson looks at Dana and Wilson's like, cool fun fact. I don't know why you would tell me this, but it's a fun fact. It's something that maybe is interesting to you or you read in a book. So the first vocabulary here is the one that I mentioned, which is stadium. And the stadium is a big arena, a big space, a big field for playing sports. So usually what it looks like is there's a ring of people who are watching the game and the game is in the middle. So you know it's a stadium when the stairs go up like this and it's like surrounding all the people playing sports in the middle. And you probably recognize the stadium because there are huge screens for you to see the players, and also there's like the kiss cam, which is when they go randomly to a couple and they're supposed to kiss. So I'm sure you've probably seen this image on TV because some of you probably watch sports. Let me give you a sentence. This stadium was built in 1902 and baseball games are still played there. So in stadiums, you can play a variety of different sports like basketball, baseball. There are many different things that you can watch on TV or you can go and see a stadium in person. Okay, so next part, person who is seated nearby shushes the two of them. So when somebody shushes you, like shh, shh, really loud. You know people do that a lot here too. Sometimes you're just talking on the street, or maybe you're at a movie theater and somebody just goes shh, shh. Or maybe it's like some old people or people who think that you're being really noisy. So there's a guy next to Wilson and Dana who's shushing them, telling them to be quiet, of course, because they're in the library. So Dana says, I forgot we were in the library. Oops. Maybe Dana was getting too excited reading about the history of the stadium that she forgot where they were. Wilson said, well, I didn't think we were talking that loudly though. Like Wilson's like, I don't know why that guy is shushing us, but it's not like we were being super loud. And you know that happens a lot. Sometimes when we're on the street, we're just doing our own thing, maybe playing a little bit of music or having a conversation, and somebody around is not in a good mood. So they're just like, shh, go away, be quiet. Okay, so in the next sentence, Dana said, maybe we can book a discussion room next time. Oh, that's a good idea. So what happens in libraries is there's a reading area, right? So in the reading area, everybody is supposed to be reading silently. So it's probably not the best place to talk with your friends. Now, usually in the side of the library room, there are some discussion rooms. Now, in America, some libraries would have discussion rooms with glass doors, and you could book it, and you just need to sign up, and it's basically a place where you can bring your computer, you can bring your laptop and just discuss with your friends, or even have a book discussion without disturbing the other people in the library. So that's a very good idea. So here our vocabulary word is discussion, and that means a talk. Two people having a discussion is talking about something with one another, something maybe important, or it's about a topic they're both interested in. For example, we had a long discussion about the best way to handle failure. This would be talking about a good way to overcome the times when you don't really do very well in life. If you fail, how do we think about it? What do we do if we don't succeed instead of just feeling bad? Maybe we're sharing our experiences. So discussions include sharing and talking and back and forth between two or more people. Now, Wilson in the next part says, we would need 3 people to book a discussion room. We should invite Alex next time. So as I mentioned before, a discussion is usually at least, 3 people, 4 people, but definitely you can have a discussion with 2. But in the library, a discussion room requires 3 people. And I'm guessing that's because they need to save space. So we continue to read the next one. And the part says, the same person glares at Dana and Wilson. So this guy is really mad. So Dana says, shh, let's talk later. Let's talk later. All right, so we're not going to talk about it anymore because this guy is glaring at us. Let's go and take a break right now.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们继续来看跟图书馆有关的对话。在第3段对话里 ，Dana 和 Wilson 在安静的阅读区看书。Dana 突然分享了冷知识，她说芝加哥瑞格利球场以前呢都只有打白天场的比赛，直到1988年那一年呢，他们终于在体育场架设了灯。Rainbow 老师刚刚用到 trivia 这个字 ，Trivia， 表示琐事、细微末节，有时候我们也可以把它翻译成冷知识。再看单字 stadium 是体育场、运动场。那补充一下 arena 这个字 A-R-E-N-A， 它可以指竞技场，也可以用来指可能像是体育比赛啊，或是表演用的那种场地。像台北小巨蛋的英文就是 Taipei Arena。那么 Rainbow 老师刚刚聊到纽约一座著名的体育场馆，叫做 Madison Square Garden。麦迪逊广场花园，它就是 NBA 纽约尼克队 New York Knicks 的主场。老师还提到 Kiss Cam 是什么呢？就是亲嘴镜头，其中的 Cam 是 camera 的缩写。 其实这个 kiss cam 在各大运动比赛都很常出现哦。就是在比赛空档，就会随机去拍摄情侣档观众，叫他们接吻，然后这个接吻画面就会出现在大荧幕上面。有时候也会发生一些有趣爆笑的事情啦。好，接着坐在 Dana 附近的一个人呢，就叫他们两个不要讲话，毕竟他们是在安静的阅读区。于是 Dana 和 Wilson 就想到，下一次我们来预约讨论室，然后结果又被那个人催了。好，单字 discussion 就是表达讨论，那补充单字 shush 或者是 shush 就是说嘘，叫人家安静，使停止说话的意思。那么 glare 就是催，怒视瞪人家的那种意思。好，我们接着回到课文中。
Dana approaches the circulation desk. She sets down a couple of books.
Just these two?
Yeah. I searched for the new Michael Scott book on the computer, but I got no results. Do you know when it will be available to check out?
New books arrive every Tuesday. That reminds me. I'll have to add that book to our computer system. The information should also be on our website later today. So you're a Michael Scott fan?
Yeah. I'll definitely be back for that book.
Look forward to seeing you. These are due back in 3 weeks.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back from the break, and we're going to go to the next section, which is new release. We're probably talking about the release of some new books. All right, so the first sentence says, Dana approaches the circulation desk. She sets down a couple of books. The circulation desk is the round desk where the librarian sits at typing with her glasses. Okay, and so the librarian says, just these two? Are these the only 2 books you want? Dana says, yeah, I searched for the new Michael Scott book on the computer, but I got no results. Do you know when it will be available to check out? Okay, so we have several things happening. The first one is that Dana is looking for a book by an author named Michael Scott. The second thing is that she can't check them out on the computer right now, so she's asking the librarian about it. So the librarian is handling the books, and she says, new books arrive every Tuesday. So she's dealing with these new books that come here. That reminds me, I'll have to add that book to our computer system. The information should also be on our website later today. So, you're a Michael Scott fan? So the librarian is telling Dana about how the system works and how she could look up the newest information online. Dana says, yeah, I'll definitely be back for that book. So the librarian also knows about Michael Scott and his new books, and Dana's pretty excited to come back to check it out. Okay, let's talk about one of the vocabulary words that we just covered. That word is remind, and to remind is to tell somebody in case they forget. So you might remind your mom to get the keys when she comes back, remind your dad to buy some milk, remind your brother to come home earlier. I have a sentence for you. Remind me to call my mom after dinner. Remind me to call my mom after dinner. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So the librarian says, look forward to seeing you. These are due back in 3 weeks. So the librarian helps Dana check out the books, and she knows that Dana is coming back for the Michael Scott books, and she tells Dana that these 2 books are due in 3 weeks, so she can borrow those books and bring them back in 3 weeks. Okay, so Dana says, thank you, and now they're friends. Okay, so we have the word due. When something is due, that means it's time to turn it in. Or in the case of a library book, it's time to return it. Now, when we talk about something being due, it's related to deadlines. And when we talk about deadlines, we often think about homework at school. So for example, my assignment is due on Friday, or my English essay is due tomorrow. That means I have to finish it today and be ready to go and turn it in because it's due. Other things that could be due include library books like we talked about, or rent. My rent is due on Friday, so I shouldn't be shopping right now. That's another example. Okay, and now we're finished with this article, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.
现在 Dana 拿好要借的书到柜台办理，他就顺便向图书馆人员询问一本新书。这倒提醒了对方要把那本新书加进电脑系统里。那晚一点 ，Dana 应该就可以在网站上查到那本书的资讯了。最后，图书馆人员提醒 Dana， 他借的书是3周后到期。我们来看单字 remind 就是提醒，使什么想起。那么 due 它是形容预期的、到期的。我们在表达学校作业的缴交日期时，也常常会用到这个字。那 Rainbow 老师刚刚用到 assignment。assignment 可以表达分派的任务工作，或者是指作业功课。可是这通常是指在一段期限内完成的作业，而不是那种当天要完成的回家作业哦。这个段落有3个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，第一个重点是片语 a couple of。表示2、3个、好几个，那后面是要接复数可数名词，例如 We bumped into each other a couple of days ago， 我们在几天前巧遇。那么第二个重点是动词 add， 它是指添加或是增加，常常搭配介系词 to。add A to B 就表示把 A 加到 B 里面，例如I added 2 more items to my online shopping cart。我多加了2个品项到我的线上购物车里面。好，那么第3个呢是片语 look forward to， 表示期待什么什么，用来表达你引颈期盼未来即将发生的事情。那特别注意，片语当中的 to 是介系词，所以后面要接名词或动名词。例如 Ben is looking forward to the field trip。Ben 他很期待这次的校外教学。好，那么以上是这个讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Dana and Wilson are reading in a quiet study area.
Did you know that only day games were played at Chicago's Wrigley Field until 1988? That year, they finally put lights in the stadium.
Cool fun fact.
Shh. I forgot we were in the library.
I didn't think we were talking that loudly, though.
Maybe we can book a discussion room next time.
We would need 3 people to book a discussion room. We should invite Alex next time.
Let's talk later.
Dana approaches the circulation desk. She sets down a couple of books.
Just these 2?
Yeah. I searched for the new Michael Scott book on the computer, but I got no results. Do you know when it will be available to check out?
New books arrive every Tuesday. That reminds me. I'll have to add that book to our computer system. The information should also be on our website later today. So you're a Michael Scott fan?
Yeah. I'll definitely be back for that book.
Look forward to seeing you. These are due back in 3 weeks.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Steven.
And I'm Kim.
And today we're at Taipei Zoo at the African Animal Area. The African Animal Area covers 6 hectares and is suitable for exhibiting large animals.
That's right, this area is home to such animals as zebras, giraffes, and timid bongos.
In the evening, you can see the animals grazing on tree leaves and grasses.
Let's go check them out.
Let's go.
There are also meat-eating animals like lions. When it is sunny, these big cats will lie on the grass and relax lazily under the sun, quite contrary to their usual intimidating looks. The hippo's rebuilt home has become one of the most popular attractions at Taipei Zoo. It has a glass wall that allows visitors to observe hippos' underwater behavior. There are quite a few primate species in the African animal area, including great apes like chimpanzees and gorillas. Chimpanzees are the genetically closest animals to humans. In fact, they share about 98.6% of our DNA. Ground-dwelling gorillas are critically endangered animals on the IUCN Conservation Status List. They are the largest living primates and inspired the creation of the giant movie monster King Kong. You can also see the red-butted olive baboons, red-coated patas monkeys, and 3 species of lemurs. It's always exciting to see elephants. African elephants are very adaptable. They can live in either the forests or savannas as long as there is enough clean water and food. Elephant trunks have multiple functions, including breathing, smelling, drinking, grasping, and making sounds. They spray water on their bodies and wave their big ears to release heat.
What makes this African animal area so cool is it simulates the savanna of East Africa.
It has a wide variety of animals. Here at the African Animal Area of Taipei Zoo, you're bound to have an exciting, enjoyable, and wild time.
See you next time.
See you next time.